What's up, guys? I am Kimbo and I blog at agirlandagluegun.com, and today's silhouette love is a good one. It's one of my favorite features, but it's one that if you don't ever use it, you probably don't even know what you're missing because it's overlooked. It is the print and cut. It is where you design up something fun, you print it out with your printer, and then you can send it over to your silhouette. It'll read the registration marks and cut out around your designs perfectly. Looks so professional and nice, and I love it. I'm kind of addicted to it. You can use it with all sorts of random mediums. This is just printable vinyl from Expressions Vinyl. It's one of my favorites. That's what I was using with the Clorox wipes as a teacher's gift, and I just used my printable and I just cut them out or printed them off, and they cut out perfect circles, and I just slapped them on. I have 4 of them. Slapped them on nice and easy. Silhouette also carries tons of stuff that you can do this with. There's tattoo paper, and they even have, see, that's what we're gonna be doing. It's so fun. Tattoo paper, there's printable heat transfer vinyl. I know Silhouette sells printable heat transfer vinyl too. And there's sticker paper. There's sticker paper in, I wanna say gold and silver and brown craft paper. Anyway, get on the Silhouette website. There's a lot of really cool things that you can do this with, as well as just papers. Like if you want to make printables or tags for something, it's just way easier than trying to hand cut it, in my opinion. I want to show you the cute shirt I made when I went to Disneyland. I couldn't find any pattern heat transfer vinyl in a pattern that I like, so I created this pattern, I printed it off, and then I cut out my Mickey ears. So it's really cute. So today we're going to cut out stickers. I created a whole bunch on my iPad. Would you want to cut out around all of those? I mean, you could, but do you really want to? No. So we are going to print these out and cut them out, and I'm going to show you how step by step. Okay, let's jump into print and cut. I'm so excited. So first thing we need to do is size this down. My printer is just a basic printer. It cuts 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper, which means I am not going to be able to do a 12 by 12 sheet in it. So I'm just over here in the top right, page settings, and I'm going to size it down, and it even has the current printer option. There's also a letter, but it's the same. So it's automatically sizing it down for me, except for I like my orientation that way. We will also be using a cutting mat. So I'm going to get that selected right there. All right, same spot up here is registration marks. We're going to click Style, and I am the Cameo, so I click Cameo, and it automatically is popping in the registration marks. Now I just leave it at the default settings, but this is what the Silhouette will read, so it knows exactly where to cut anything out. So once you send it to the printer, you got to be careful not to move anything around. So this is how it should look if you're doing print and cut. Now I wanted to show you a couple things. So we're going to be doing my cut files, but I wanted to show you there's a lot of print and cut features in the Silhouette Design Store. You can see them right here. This P is a print and cut. Right there is a print and cut. I'm going to guess this one's a print and cut. Usually if it looks like a nightmare to try to weed and assemble and layer, it's probably a print and cut. So when you click on that, it'll tell you print and cut right there. But that just means you are not trying to cut each thing out of vinyl. You're going to print it, and then you're just going to cut out around it. I wanted to show you, so this camera right here comes colored, but when you send it, it has all of these, so it would cut out every single piece. And if you're doing a print and cut, you're not going to want that. So this one's one that you can send as a print and cut because it comes colored, or you can ungroup it and try to layer it. But if you come across this, you can click this cut edge right here, and it just is going to cut right around it. Let's go back to the library, and I'm going to show you this camera. Let me delete that one so you can see. This camera, do you see the red border around? That means this one can only be print and cut. There is no releasing compound path. There is no ungrouping. There's none of that. It only can be print and cut. And that's why it comes with the border ready to go. So that's kind of, if you're getting things from the library and you're adding them to your, like if you're getting them ready to cut and you're like, what is this red border? I can't ungroup it. That's what that means. Those are the print and cut options. So this is the one we're going to do because I just kept thinking, yeah, I could probably cut this out, but do I want to cut out around all of these little flamingo legs? And like, no thanks. It's just so much easier. So I'm going to size it in, and I just don't like it to be touching any of this shaded area. I like to get the most bang for my buck though, so I'm going to size it up as big as I can. Now I actually don't know. I've been too chicken to try. Maybe I'll do it after and let you guys know. But I always make sure that it's not in the shaded part at all. I figure if it's shaded, that means you can't have anything there or it's not going to be able to see it, right? Common sense? I don't know. That could be a total Kim false thing that I'm telling you. So I always just make sure my design is inside of the guidelines. Now, when I print it, so let me show you. If I send it, I've got a border, right? So before I send it, I'm going to use the butterfly / toast, which is the trace. I'm going to select trace area. And I'm going to trace outer edge. That is just going to give me the outline of each thing. Now I'm going to move it off just so I could show you, but you don't want to move it off because you want it to make sure that it's lined up. So I'm going to move it off to show you. That's what it's giving me. That's what I want. Oh, but did you see I lose that? Which is fine because I actually think those might be a little too small to try to, like I might rip them when I'm trying to apply them. Make sense, right? Trace outer edge. Okay, so I'm going to push this back arrow button, which is going to line it up perfectly for me again. Ta-da! And then up here, you've got your printer, and you're just going to click Send to Printer. And you're going to load whatever material, if you're using printable heat transfer vinyl, printable vinyl, sticker paper, tattoo paper, whatever it is, that's what you're going to load. So you got to figure out, some printers, you load it in with it facing forward or you face it backwards. So make sure that you're printing it on the right side and then just print it out. And it will print with these registration marks on it. Okay, since I don't know which way my printer is going to print out because it's new, I wrote facing me. I'm going to load it facing me. And then I'm just going to print this. I just wrote up a high. I'm going to print it and try to see what side it's on because I don't want to waste anything. Okay, well it went upside down. So if it's facing me, that's the front. So that's the way I'm going to have to load it up. So let me grab my sticker paper and load it up. So I just clicked print. I've loaded my silhouette sticker paper. Do you see it? I always keep my fingers crossed because, I don't know. I'm always expecting the worst, like it's not going to happen, but something's going to happen. Ta-da! See, it looks good. You've got your registration marks, which is what your silhouette will read. And then just imagine trying to cut this all out versus just having someone go and cut it all out for you. All right, so let's load it on our silhouette mat and get it loaded in our silhouette. So I put it on my map, and you want to make sure that you're putting it on the direction that it is on your screen. Like you're not going to want to flip it because it needs to read these registration marks in this specific spot. Also, if you pay attention, I don't know if I want to do a test cut on this because I am not 100% sure how close it's going to get, and I don't want it to take off that. So I think I'm going to run a piece of cardstock through and see if it cuts out that before I load this, just to make sure my cut settings are correct. Okay, we have printed this out. We have loaded it on our mat, we have it loaded in our Cameo, and we are ready to send it to get it cut out. At this point, you want to be so careful and not move any of this. It's printed, which means it's perfectly in place, and if you move it over a 1/4 of an inch, the whole printing or the whole cutting that it's going to cut out is going to be a 1/4 of an inch off. So be careful not to move anything on your screen. We're just going to go right up here to the send. You're going to double check that anything you want the outline is highlighted in red, and things like, so if this was highlighted red inside of the rainbow, that would each cut out. So you want to make sure that whatever you're going for, maybe you want it all cut out, maybe you just wanted stickers and you want to cut out the outline, you just double check. This red border is the page of my stickers. I've just left it. It's not going to hurt anything to cut it out. So I just leave it be. And then you go up here to material, make sure what you are cutting out is clicked correctly. There's a lot of things to choose from. We are cutting out of sticker paper white, and when you click on it, it automatically will tell you where you need to have your blade, what your speed, and what your force is. I've actually upped my force because my blade is old. I keep meaning to swap it out, but I don't think about it until right now when I'm in the middle of a video. So I've just upped my force a little bit. I did a test cut and it didn't cut all the way through. So now we're going to just click send, and it's just going to go around and cut it all out for us and save us a bunch of time. And I love that. So fingers crossed, guys. Here we go. Okay, guys, we did it. Don't they look so fun? And now you just get to peel and stick and apply it. So like, we'll take this rainbow, just peels off. So that's so fun. I'm so excited. Look, I put on the daisy on my water bottle. Options are endless. And remember, you can also do heat transfer vinyl. So if you wanted to print out someone's face or something that they drew, you could print it out, cut it out, and then slap it on too. So lots of fun options. I hope you guys learned how to do it, and then you guys are going to just jump right in and print and cut your whole life away. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. If you liked this video, I would love a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my other videos, because I have a lot of good ones planned. Thanks, guys.